That's creepy.
That is kind of creepy. Okay. Squirrel's gonna come join us. Hey y'all, so today we are out here at the garden and we are getting ready to plant tomato plants finally. So we're all excited about that. I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about what all I'm doing to hopefully prevent my tomatoes from getting fungus and other diseases this year. So I researched a whole lot of things to try, and I just decided to go ahead and try everything because I figured that my tomatoes were dying anyway, and I really had nothing to lose. And if the things I tried ended up killing them, then oh well, you know. And if it helped them, then I would at least know that what to try for the next year. So last year was just like a huge tomato experiment for me. And so I did a blog post on everything I tried because I used raw goat milk, I used Epsom salt and fish emulsion and, you know, a whole bunch of stuff. So if you'd like to check that out, I'll leave a link for that in the description below. This year I'm going to go ahead and do some of the stuff that I learned from last year kind of as a preventive thing. And one of the things that I'm going to do is use actinovate. Actinovate is an organic fungicide that is a naturally occurring bacteria. I got this stuff in the middle of the season last year and I used it to spray my tomatoes. And I do have to say that I think this was the key thing that helped them the most. Within a week, I had new shoots growing out of the stems and everything like that, and I was really surprised. And so this year as a preventative, I'm just going to go ahead and add some of this as I plant them. And then another thing that I really like for tomato plants is a good organic fertilizer. And this is my favorite kind of fertilizer, and I usually add this to the soil every year when I plant them. Building up your soil organically can take years. It's not something that's going to happen just overnight. And with each year that passes, I notice that our soil does get better. This year is the 5th year for our garden in this spot, and I really think that our garden soil has improved a lot. I think it was maybe the 2nd year we were here. We went to till our garden up and it was really hot and really dry that year, and the tiller had an awful time breaking up the dirt and everything. And then when we went to plant, we didn't get it tilled very deeply, and then when we went to plant it, we actually had to take our post hole diggers to dig the holes for the tomatoes. And in my opinion, that is just ridiculous. The tomatoes ended up actually growing pretty good that year, even though the soil was so compacted and everything. But I just wanted to show you this year our soil is a whole lot softer, and I can actually dig the holes with just a small little shovel. And there's just a huge difference just in the last 3 years by adding compost and stuff like that. So I'm really excited on how the soil is actually progressing and getting better each year. The key to using organic methods in your garden is to start early and use them as a preventative, because if you wait until you already have a problem, then it is really too late to try to treat it organically. At least that's my opinion from what I have researched and tried and everything. So the best thing to do is use your organic methods in the beginning and use them as a preventative. Okay, so Miley's got her gloves on and she's going to start to plant one. What we like to do is we like to pull all the leaves off and all the extra shoots. You can go ahead and pull that one off if you want. Okay, and then once you get that done, what we do is we set it down in the hole.
Not too deep.
Okay, we have our actinovate mixed up, and as you can see, it's a clear mixture. It's basically just a teaspoonful per 2 gallons of water here. I'm going to take about a 1/4 cup of it, and I'm going to pour it over the roots just like this. Okay, and then once that's done, now Miley's going to take our fertilizer and scatter that around the edge of the tomato. With this fertilizer, we need a tablespoonful, and right now, right there is a 1/2 tablespoon.
Where do I sprinkle this?
Okay, sprinkle that just around the edge so it can get mixed into the soil.
And then another one?
Yes, one more. Once that's done, we fill in the hole. Make sure we get it standing up there. Now, as you can see, we are wearing gloves, and the biggest reason that we are is because we are using the Actinovate. It is supposed to be safe and harmless. We just are using the gloves as a precaution. So anyway, and there, as you can see, we have our little tomato planted now. Okay, once we get them all planted, we water them in really well. After we're done watering them, we put a can around them like that just to protect them from the weather. Okay, so now we got all the tomatoes planted that I have. I still need to go buy some more yet. Once I get them all planted and all established and everything like that, I will take the Actinovate and I will spray them down. And then I'm also going to treat them with neem oil and stuff like that, and I will do some more videos about that later on as I do it. So if you'd like to check out my blog post that I did on everything I did last year for my tomatoes, I'll leave the link in the description below.
And if you like this video, leave a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah. We just can't talk today very well, can we?
Blah.